My name is Beth Wambui Mwangi. I'm the CEO and also a co-founder of MyWagePay. So during that accelerator program, I was selected among the best 10 young founders. I remember there were like 6,000 applications. And the fact that 50 were selected for the interviews, I made it to the top 25 that went during the accelerator program. And I made it to the top 10 that went to Berlin. So at that point in time, I realized I had an amazing product.
You rejected investors?
Yeah, you reject.
I like that.
You say no to a term sheet, yes. You will not say yes to everything.
That means you are not desperate.
Yeah, we are not.
Great.
or you get rejected.
Usually, if you're desperate, you'll take any money.
Yes, but you don't. Yeah. You don't just take any money because number one, there are things that you need to check. Then also, even if you're raising, you will need a strategic partner. Besides bringing money, what else can you bring to the table?
Have you gotten any banks to give you money?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, nice.
That's good. Local banks.
Yes.
Local banks.
Yes, Kenyan banks.
Are you able to disclose which banks?
Yeah, maybe I can disclose the banks, but not the amount.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And you said you're 4 founders.
Yeah, we are 4 founders.
Oh, wow. Okay. How does that work?
It's really nice.
Okay.
And they are all men. I'm the only lady.
Go.
Is MyWagePay profitable?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Are you looking for investors right now? Or?
Yes, we are on a seed round we want to raise 1.5 million.
USD.
Yes, USD. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's USD.
Definitely.
I don't expect. So what would happen is that some of them would have scored duty.
Oh, okay.
Then they wake up and said, I'm not going to work. Especially the Gen Zs. They were called and they said, I don't want to work.
And I'm not paying you.
No, I'm not. I am not going to work. My boss did not raise my salary. So what was he expecting? I quit. I am not going to work. So.
Hey, we are on site today, planning to interview an amazing co-founder who we were told about by one of our viewers. So thank you so much for giving us suggestions. Chris, where are we? Tell us.
We are next to opposite Garden City on Thika Road. So I think this side is Thome. No, we're not at Thome yet. Gardens Estate and Garden City. Yeah, we are Garden Estate.
It's an Astral Plaza, right? No.
Yeah, Astral Building.
Astral Building. Have you ever found a startup this side of town?
Me?
Yeah.
No. When you talk about startups, it's Ngong Road, Kileleshwa, Westlands,
Ikigai,
Nairobi Garage, and all other co-working spaces. So
yeah, but this is lovely. It feels like it's in the heart of like business, you know.
I also love the view.
It's a nice view.
It's quite calm.
Anyway, I want to welcome our guest, our founder. Tell us about you, who you are, and your company.
Yeah. So my name is Beth Wambui Mwangi. I'm the CEO and also a co-founder of MyWagePay. What else about me? I'm licensed by the Central Bank of Kenya. And I'm also an African Bali Network ambassador. I connect startup ecosystems in Africa and Europe. Yeah, besides that, I don't know how much you want to know about me, but I think that's basically it. And we are here at MyWagePay headquarters in Astral Building 543C. Thank you.
Amazing. What does MyWagePay do?
So MyWagePay, number one, as you said, is licensed by the Central Bank of Kenya as a DCP. But what we do is that we do embedded finance for underserved SMEs in Africa. Yes. So mostly we provide them with capital. So we have MyWagePay capital that provide that we provide liquidity to SMEs. We also have MyWagePay embed, where we embed our technology with fintechs that are doing that, or SMEs that already are in the working in the tech space, so that we can serve the SMEs with lending capital. And then we have MyWagePay credit score, where we credit score the credit worthiness of a client. So yeah, that basically in a nutshell is what we do.
Okay, amazing. And what's your background?
Something fun facts. My first degree, I did education.
Education. Okay.
I'm a history science teacher.
Oh.
I taught in Kagumo High School for like 4 years. Kagumo High School is one of the national schools in Nyeri. And then after that, 2019, summer of 2019, I joined the United States International University. In short, we call it USIU Africa. I did Masters in Business Administration, and I specialized in strategic management. So I graduated in 2022. Yes, that's basically it. I think that's...
So you have no tech background?
I did a little bit of tech, but it's very simple tech. After high school, I joined Royal College of Accounts, and I did IT Essentials with Cisco Networking Academy. And I got very excellent grades.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay. So which year did you found MyWagePay?
So we founded MyWagePay in 2020 November. However, we registered the company in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, so during that time is when we were like trying to understand what we want to do, getting founders, discussing business. So the idea was born in November 2020, sorry.
And how was the idea born? How did you come up with this idea of embedded finance, or even the name of the company, MyWagePay?
MyWagePay.
Yeah.
So as I've told you previously, before joining MyWagePay, I was doing partly in education, and then even during the education, during that transition, I was in the informal lending, where I would oversee chamas. I know it's a Swahili word meaning groups of
Savings
people.
groups, yep.
Yes. So what they were doing is that they would do informal lending. So we call it merry-go-round, some of them, but others do table banking. So table banking is where you like come with 1,000, then like 10 of you come with 1,000, and then we decide to like, today we are going to lend to somebody, so we maybe lend that 10,000 to somebody, and the next month they will come with 1,000. And so most of the women in groups, they don't have a structured way. They just have a secretary, like a treasurer and a chairperson doing all that. So they do not have a system. So mostly they would bring the money, give one person like that. So somehow the records were, we know this person is the one who was given this time, so the next one, like that. So it grew so much such that we had around 600 and something thousand people.
Oh, wow.
Oh, 600.
Where was this? Chama?
Online.
Oh, it's an online chama. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, and then, so at that time, I also doing masters. So I remember I joined in summer of 2019. So at this time, I'm doing my masters. I'm also doing those chama stuff and a little bit of other work. And at this time, I started thinking about how I can automate these chamas, so that now these guys, they don't really have to come and get money during the chama day, so that they can be able to access money any day. Okay, so. And then when now I shared, I was able to now start researching about that, about finance and everything. And then I realized there's a gap where people, even employees now, I already now identified that I can now do the corporate employees to start with, so that because they are a little bit structured and everything. And I realized that employees would they would only come to collect money. Maybe they could only access money maybe by date 15. They have already finished choosing their money and they need some money, but they need to go to the HR the next day to borrow, even if it's like 1,000, you need for 1,000 for transport and stuff. So when we automated, we wanted to start serving the corporate employees first. And now we had the any day, payday. So it's called a wage. Now the name MyWagePay was born from that.
Oh, nice.
The wage pay.
So at this point, you're automating or digitizing these chamas to allow people to borrow money.
What now? No, I'm saying that was informal. It was more of an informal lending. So I realized that people do have problems with finance.
Okay.
And the fact that I was also a teacher, I had seen even teachers borrow money by date 15. They're broke, they want something.
Yeah.
So they were borrowing from each other.
Okay.
So, or they were borrowing from chamas. So I was like, how can we get a way that people can be able to borrow money when they need it? So that's when we came up with that of pay any day is a payday.
It is a payday.
Yeah, so it's like a wage day. Like any day is a wage day. So it was like my wage became as a result of that. So fast forward to 2022 when we got the license. Actually, previously we were doing only the salary advances. So when we got the license, we now were allowed to do lending to anyone. Remember, I had a background of informal lending. I could see women, people who are already doing business, they don't have money, they were doing chamas. And that is why now that was born, that idea of lending now to these SMEs. I remember I had the understanding of the challenges they go through in businesses. They're not able to borrow. And that was a very huge group, like almost 1 million people. So you already have information. These guys are suffering. And if these guys can be able to access credit, then it can be really impactful. As I told you in our formal introduction, I told you for me, I look forward to a day where I will leave impact behind. Like, what is this that I'm going to leave behind that people will be like, oh, yeah.
I have a question on that first bit when you're getting started.
Yeah.
The money that was being lent out, what was the source? Were you lending out your own money? Were you connecting?
When we were starting?
Yeah.
Like the informal lending or now when you have automated?
Both. When you're informal?
The informal groups where people come with their own money. What happens in Chama? It's like, if, for example, the three of us are in your Chama, what will happen is that she's going to come with 1,000. You'll come with 1,000 and I'll come with 1,000. We put the 3,000 here on the table.
Then we give it to...
We give you one person.
Also, you lend from this pool of contributions.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the next month, it is going to be more because you are going to come with 1,000. So we'll have 4,000. And then for that day, also we'll contribute 3,000. So we are having 7. So with that 7, you can lend to someone else or you can lend to 2 people like that. That's how table banking works. For merry-go-round, normally what happens is that each person gives, then you give one person, the next.
Okay. Then after the license, is it still the same?
Now after the license, now we started now developing our tech towards
corporate.
Not corporate, towards embedded finance.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that was in 2022. We were actually among the first 10 companies to get the license.
Oh, nice. How was your journey of getting licenses for this from CBK? Did you have to know someone or yeah?
To be honest, I didn't know anyone.
Oh wow, okay.
See that picture. Yeah. So it was around that time. So that was May in 2022. So when the government announced about the licensing, that there will be licensing, it was around March. I was already going through an accelerator program called Westwell Foundation. And so during that accelerator program, I was selected among the best 10 young founders around the world. And there were so many people that applied.
Congrats.
So, yeah, I remember there were 6,000 applications. And the fact that 50 were selected for the interviews. I made it to the top 25 that went through the accelerator program, and I made it to the top 10
Oh, wow.
that went to Berlin. So at that point in time, I realized I had an amazing product. Regardless of anything, I didn't understand the basics of licensing and stuff. One thing I was for sure, I had a good product, because these are guys from all over the world.
Yeah.
Some from Latin America, some from Africa and other countries. And the fact that it was done by people from Germany, and they realized that we have an amazing product, is one of the things that was giving
Validation.
yeah, validation that we're doing an amazing job. So when the government announced that the application in March of 2022, I applied.
Okay.
You just applied.
Yes. What happens is that when you are applying, the government, we did that through a lawyer. So what is needed is you need to have, first they check the education background. So you attach all those documents. For example, if you say you've done, for example, me, I've said I have done Masters in Business Administration. So at that time I had finished, but I had not graduated. So I just give the transcripts, and also the letter of completion. Then also I indicated, I give my other transcript for the degree to show where I studied. I explained. So they check, first of all, the educational background. They also check the history. Have you ever borrowed money and never paid?
So if you've defaulted,
yes, even if
there's
it's
a
like 10 years ago, when you didn't know, maybe you were in campus, you borrowed money from a bank and you failed to pay,
you don't get the license.
Sorry, Chris.
you have to explain. Why did you default? You're dealing with people's money. Then how can you trust you?
Oh.
So that's that. So you also have that. Then they also ask you about they also check the if you are a member of a professional body.
Okay. What member professional body are you a member of?
TSC.
Oh, okay.
I have a TSC number.
TSC, okay, because you're a teacher. Yep.
Yeah, I'm a teacher.
If the startup doesn't work, you can go back.
It's going to work in Jesus' name.
Amen.
So as in, okay, fine. It's always good to be open-minded, right? So for me, I have a teaching degree. I also have a master's. So in strategic management, so I can manage any company, and I'm a good person, so you can trust me with money. So the fact that I've never failed to pay any debt to date, I've never borrowed money and failed to pay.
Okay. How long did it take you to get the license from application?
6 months.
6 months. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So we applied in March. And when the government announced in September the first batch, we were among the 10.
Congrats.
No, which is the one that takes? Oh no, that's a different one. The PSP, payment service provider.
No. This is a different one. Ours is a DCP license.
Oh, okay. Digital credit provider.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In my mind, I was registering the PSP.
So the other things they check is the email. If you've ever fraud and money laundering stuff, then you should be very clean. Then also the data protection, then also consumer protection, all those things. And if you, for example, if you ever defaulted, then there must be a reason, a valid reason. For example, someone can default where, for example, you took a loan and maybe you were supposed to be deducted from your salary.
And your salary was late.
Salary. Or the employer deducted and never
submitted.
Yes, submitted. So such reasons, but not just deciding not to pay people's debts.
Yeah.
Okay. So after the license, that's when you got into embedded finance.
Our tech, everything was now, our strategy changed to embedded finance.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Who's your typical customer in embedded finance?
It's an SME, let me say, somebody who is doing business and is underserved, meaning that they cannot be able to access normal credit from banks.
So if I have a hardware that I'm running next to the road, I'm your customer. Yeah.
You may have a hardware and you're not our customer.
So if I'm a farmer, if I run a wholesale business, like sell Coca-Cola products,
and you're not able to access
credit.
Yeah.
Okay. Which industry or which market segment do you serve the most?
Mostly we do. Currently, we have more PSPs, payment service providers.
Okay.
And we also have informal lenders, people who already are doing lending, but they don't have the credit, the money, but they have a number of SMEs that they have that they are not able to satisfy the demand. Then also people in the e-commerce, people in agribusiness, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And manufacturing.
Okay. Well, if it's okay to ask, what's like a typical loan size to a business?
We'll say it depends, but currently the ticket size is around 40,000.
40K.
Repayable in?
Mostly months.
A month. Okay. All right. So how's your company doing it differently than the banks so that you're able to serve this underserved without taking up more risks?
One, we've said about the embedding.
Yeah.
Banks don't embed.
Okay, true.
Mostly banks, you go to the bank and do normal applications. You have given forms and stuff.
Okay.
Then we have talked about the fast and easier credit. You're able to access it so fast. For banks, you have to go through collateral, you have to go signing a document and all that.
Yeah.
So it's very different. Then you have the credit scoring where you're able to credit score a customer, check the credit worthiness instantly and give them a limit. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a question on how the capital that you've used to start your business, where you started. You've mentioned that you joined an accelerator.
Yeah.
I would be interested to know that journey, whether you've raised any money. Yeah.
So we've been through accelerator programs. One of them is this Westwell Foundation. There's also TechBridge. During their demo day, we were the best company. Actually, this one.
That's the...
Yeah. So look at this. Oops. Sorry. So it is the best impact potential company. That was MyWagePay. That was on 23rd of March 2023.
Yeah.
So that is another accelerator program we've gone through. Then we have others, like for example,
and they were all equity free. They just gave you grant money.
For example, this one, they introduce us to investors. So some of them want to do debt, others want to do equity. So depending on whichever level that you decide now to have that discussion behind the curtain. We've also gone through others, like there's one I went to Rwanda last year. It's called the Next Generation Africa. So mostly for them, they help us in the training. If you're, for example, going to raise money, how do you structure raise? Which stage are you in? What are these things that you need to prepare? For example, if you're doing a raise. So those are some of the things that they help us do. Besides also introducing you to investors during the demo day, so you are given an opportunity to pitch. Yeah, so there's also another one I went to last year around November in France. So this one more, it's called the Women Forum. So mostly it helps women to be able to meet other founders around the world and also pitch to investors during the demo day. So that has been it. So mostly what happens is that once you meet those investors, you can decide to, you will have now conversations and see where some of them you reject.
You rejected investors?
Yeah, you reject.
I like that.
You say no to a term sheet, yes. You will not say yes to everything.
That means you are not desperate.
Yeah, we are not. Definitely.
or you get rejected.
Usually, if you're desperate, you'll take any money.
Yes, but you don't. Yeah. You don't just take any money because, number one, there are things that you need to check.
Yeah.
Yeah. If for example, there is a valuation of something like a valuation of a company.
Yeah.
If you are valuing us so low,
Low.
we will say no to it.
Yeah.
Because by the end of the day, we are not desperate, as she said. Then the other thing is about the interest rates of, for example, if you are raising debt, some interest rates are very high compared even to what the banks give.
Yeah. So you'd rather
That
go
is
to a
another
bank.
reason to reject.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of them, the terms are not very favorable. For example, sometimes someone may tell you, like, yeah, I'm willing to invest, but in the next 2 years, I want to bring other people to buy this company at this valuation. And then you just don't sign because you don't know in the next 2 years,
Where?
maybe you'll do better than what they are saying, or probably you don't see the good intentions of this person coming in to do business. Then also, even if you're raising, you need a strategic partner. Besides bringing money, what else can you bring to the table? Because by the end of the day, I don't just want money. I want someone who can walk this journey with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I see you even as I'm exiting the company, such that we will so many things. So many
Yeah.
things.
So the capital, the money you are lending out came from investors.
Yes, we get investment in terms of debt. So far, debt. We've not done equity. We do debt mostly, and the investors, we have good terms that favor us, and we favor the investors.
Have you gotten any banks to give you money?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
That's
Yes.
that's good.
Yes.
Local banks.
Yes.
Local banks.
Yes. Kenyan banks.
Are you able to
Good money.
disclose which banks?
Yeah, maybe I can disclose the banks, but not the amount.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of them is KCB, and the other one is NCBA.
For that.
Mm.
When it comes to fintech
Yeah.
in Africa,
Yeah.
and Kenya being part of Africa,
Mm-hmm.
people argue that fintech has been narrowed down just to loans and debts.
Yeah.
And they say fintech is much more bigger than just loans. Is MyWagePay just on that lending bit? Or do you consider yourself a fintech company? And do you only want to do lending only, or branch into other aspects of finance?
Well, number one, we are a fintech. We are in finance and we are in technology. We are embracing the two.
Yeah.
So we actually our license is a digital lending license, so we can digital lend.
Yeah.
So we are a fintech, and we only do money. Not only that,
Okay.
but the way we've partnered with a financial coach,
Okay.
and every Wednesday we have online free webinars
Oh, nice.
where people can access financial education. I believe there are so many people out there that have not been to a financial class. Actually, most of us, including me, by the time I finished my first degree, now that at least I ventured into business a little bit, finance. But by the time you are finishing your degree, you have a lot of knowledge, but you're financially illiterate. You don't know anything about finance. As we are talking here, there are so many people who don't do even a simple budget for their business, even for themselves at home. They just see money. They have money in the M-Pesa or in the bank. They use it when it's done. Now that's the time they start thinking, where did I use it? Then they now start checking, where did they? And mostly if they have less, that is when they check.
Yeah.
So when you have more and
Surplus, you're okay.
So there are people who have never understood the aspect of even investment. There are people who have, even to date, maybe they are even employed, they are over 30 years, and they have not started planning for their retirement. And they have no idea how that is supposed to be done. So they don't even have an exit strategy even in business. So there's so much that people don't know about finance that I felt like, besides doing my WagePay lending, that is one of the things. And actually, we signed a contract in 2022 to do financial education.
Financial literacy.
Yeah, financial literacy.
Precedes financial technology.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
And where can you find more information about the webinar? It's just like...
Yeah. It's already it's online. We have partnered with a company called Zurit.
Okay.
Zurit Consulting, and the webinars are. If you go to their website, you go to our website. We talk about the webinars.
Okay.
You can also check. Elizabeth Nkuku's. Elizabeth Nkuku is the one who is the head of Zurit, the current CEO of Hustler Fund.
Okay. Oh, Hustler Fund.
How's the
current
CEO.
Okay. Yeah. So talking about your team.
Yeah.
How big is your team?
My team is full-time 11 people.
Okay.
And part-time 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So founders 4.
How many of those are tech? How much are the other?
So
roles?
for tech, we have a software engineer.
Okay.
We have a full stack developer.
Okay.
A backend developer and a front-end developer.
Okay.
And you said you're 4 founders?
Yeah, we are 4 founders.
Oh, wow. Okay. How does that work?
It's really nice.
Okay.
And they are all men. I'm the only lady.
Go.
So they trust me.
Of course.
To run the company every day and also to be the face of the company.
They chose well.
You
have chosen well.
And then they also trust me for making the decisions, of course, the best of the company. So every decision I make favors the company.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So when you decide to hire expensive tech people,
okay, about hiring, we have a HR for that.
Okay.
So I'm talking about the
big business
the
decisions.
critical business
decisions.
decisions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's amazing.
So, and also the strategy of the company. As I've told you, I'm a strategist. That's what I did for my master's. So for every strategic decision that has to be made, then
Okay.
I'm there.
And how's the relationship between the 4 co-founders? Do you guys see?
Really nice.
It's nice. Are you past friends? Have you? How did it?
So one of them, we did another. Before coming to MyWagePay, the tech guy, before coming to MyWagePay, we were doing an app together.
Okay.
And this app was supposed to help women try to get something. It was something fashion related. So we did that project for 6 months, and I really liked what he was doing. Yeah. So that was. And then we were friends before even starting business.
Okay.
Yeah, we were friends before starting business. And then for the other 2, one was a mutual friend of the 2. Mm-hmm. And then after some time, they brought their Nyama Choma guy to us.
I like that.
Yeah. So their Nyama Choma friend, but then some people will watch and they don't know what's Nyama Choma. Nyama Choma is one of the... Yeah, it's about our culture. We eat food, that meat, roasted meat, yeah. So they had that Nyama Choma buddy that they used to go hang around, yeah. And then they realized that this guy is so cool. So they were friends for a very long time. So when I came to learn about him in 2021. So he was introduced to me. They actually came and told me, you know what? This person you must meet. I'm like, why? This guy is amazing. You just come. And I liked his vibe,
Are you married to him?
No, I'm not married to him. No, I'm not married to him. They were friends. That guy, they were friends. From
you should have met in a Nyama Choma joint.
Yeah. I didn't know him. So he just came and I liked his vibe. I was like, okay. Nice stuff. So I liked him. So when he came, we didn't have a marketing person, so a CMO so. Yeah, I liked it.
He took up the role of CMO.
Yeah. And he was like, I can do this.
I love it.
And when we started, because when you're starting, you have a challenge of sometimes even raising money and everything. We were so okay raising money, all of us.
Nice. The
Oh,
four of you.
Everyone put in some of the
some money. Bring in your networks, me my networks, and do you know someone who knows someone who can bring money? And we go visit that person. And then but then we to date we still are friends.
Yeah. And you've not diluted any of your shares amongst the four.
Diluting in terms of
Like you sold off.
No, but they have not given any equity.
We have
Yeah,
not done
that's what I'm saying.
any
Like the
equity.
company is owned between the four.
Yeah. We have
four.
not. We have not done equity funding. Yeah.
I like this.
Even me, like that.
Yeah. So I liked their vibe. So we started the company, and we were just discussing businesses, what we want to do, the strategy for the company, where we want to be. We decided, like, guys, let's register this company in US, Delaware.
Yeah.
And we registered.
Okay.
On your own without having to need any accelerator. Did an accelerator help you, or you just decided this on your own?
The fact that we had gone through accelerator
You
programs,
kind of knew.
we had that knowledge. We had that knowledge that it's important for you to register in another, so because you may have international investors who will be interested to invest in the company. The maybe the overseas
That seems to be a condition for raising capital.
you can raise
outside.
capital. Yeah, if for example we are Delaware registered, so someone would be more comfortable to
Invest in you.
in that company. Yes.
Okay. Just a question. So are the other three co-founders, are they full-time? Are they part-time?
They are full time.
They're full-time.
Yeah. Okay, full time in this sense, in terms of, sometimes you can work wherever you are, not physically coming to the office.
Yeah, exactly. But they're still
So
thinking
anytime
about
we need, yes, they're available. So they are there when they are
When they're needed.
to. Yes.
I like
yes,
this.
Yeah. So they come to the office, yes, but not like daily. Yeah, but they work full time for this.
Okay.
Is MyWagePay profitable?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Great.
We are. Yeah.
Add that to the list of profitable,
we're getting more.
profitable
We are profitable.
Startups.
We are past the break-even point.
Congrats. And how long did it take you to get to that point?
Around 1 year.
Whoa, that's impressive.
That's amazing. How do you want to grow? And if you grow, how would you like to grow?
Our strategy, we want to look at the East African market first. So it's believed to be, Africa is like around $421 million market. So we want to capture the East African market. The East African market is like $1 billion market. So that's what we want to capture in the next 5 years. And then we also want to grow maybe to West Africa some years. I went to benchmark in Ghana in 2023. I was there last year. And just to understand the Ghanaian market, because we would prefer maybe to go to Ghana or Nigeria, but most likely we would go to Nigeria first, and maybe go to Ghana. So we want first of all to look at the East African market, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, go to Rwanda. I went to do the benchmarking as well in Rwanda. That's around August. So after that, we go to West Africa. Yeah, and then go to other countries.
Okay.
The fact that Kenya, we are very well from 2007, when the introduction of M-Pesa, we are very good when it comes to mobile money.
Yeah.
So we have that experience.
So all this big market, especially in East Africa, how do you conquer that market when competition is very stiff? I think when you go look for, especially embedded finance, there are other companies doing it.
Yeah, good question. Yeah. But we plan to do partnership We don't have to
Go through
reinvent the
partnership.
wheel.
Yeah,
We
it's
don't
true.
have to reinvent for
You don't want to take someone out and keep the
we
market.
want to collaborate and partner.
Yeah.
There's something that I know that they don't know, and then there's something they know that I don't know.
Okay.
Then if we partner, then we become.
Do you find like other startups like yours are open to these partnerships and
Yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you, there are companies that are very good when it comes to marketing. They have very good customers, but they don't have the technology. They don't have the licensing. They don't have the technology. But they are good. They already know how to run businesses. They already have customers. Then we partner with such people. Then there are other people who have the money. They don't have the technology. They don't have the marketing. That's why we need to partner. I don't need to compete with anyone. But at the end of the day, what we are looking for is how can we do partner? How can we collaborate? And how can we change lives?
Return on capital.
Yeah.
I think one way of partnership is to have like a standardized credit scoring where you just worry about accessing capital and then someone else
worry about. Exactly. You don't have to write any line of code.
Yeah.
You don't have to be good
the
in
tech
coding because somebody else has
already done
developed
the
that
tech.
technology.
Yes.
And this person who has that technology, maybe they don't have any
customers.
idea where they can get customers or money.
Yes.
Then why should you do coding? If you have to get that headache.
No,
Let
it's true.
somebody else run their businesses and you partner and you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you may be a very good tech company. You have the money and you have the tech. Then I have customers.
Yeah. Which is
And I know where I can get money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Embracing more
partnerships. I think
Partnerships
growth
is-
through partnerships is a strategy. It's a smart way.
Yeah.
How was your customer acquisition? Like, was it easy for you guys to acquire and how many customers do you have right now?
Our customer acquisition strategy, we do B2B partnership. So mostly, for example, let's say we have a payment service provider and they already have customers in their pipeline or in their network. Let's say, for example, they have like 250,000 merchants. So once we integrate with them, their merchants and their customers become our customers as well, because we only need to integrate into their system. So when you go to their website or app, then you click on MyWagePay, it brings you direct to MyWagePay links to you. And then that company will get money through revenue share. So it is more about partnership. Yeah.
Oh, so it's just more partnerships.
Yeah.
Very smart. Instead of having to acquire the individual
You don't
merchants.
have to.
Yeah.
As I've told you, the people are so much smart in marketing. But when you do the integration, I don't need to market to your customers. Your customers will mean to be your customers and mine will mean to be mine. But by the end of the day, you'll make money.
Yeah, true.
That's what matters.
I don't care. You don't care how business. So as long as you've done the integration, you don't have to. Yeah. You also don't have to have technology. You don't have to.
That's so true.
You have an app. You have a website. You don't have to have the technology that I have. Why do you have it and you can use mine? Yeah.
Let people hear this. It's a very different school of thought, but I completely do agree with you because sometimes you have all these fintechs who are doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a partnership makes sense. You come with your strengths.
Yeah, I come with my strength.
I think something else, and maybe it's part of the startup phase, is how do you realize your strengths and how do you build on your strengths? If your strength is technology, build it. If your strength is capital, figure out
how to raise money.
Yeah, if it's marketing, figuring customer acquisition, all that. So if everyone has their strengths, it's easy to collaborate and create partnerships. But when there are no clear strengths, it becomes like, how are you different from Pesesha? How are you different from Pesapal? How are you different from all this?
And like
their collaboration becomes that because everyone is trying to build the technology. Everyone is trying to source capital from whatever there is. So if you were to specialize, what would be the speciality of MyWagePay?
One, tech and finance.
Fintech.
Yeah.
Okay, so your technology can be used by other
Yes.
people.
Yeah, we have APIs for that.
Okay.
So, and then we can scale to any country, to any part of the world.
Okay.
So that's the kind of technology we are building, such that if you go, for example, to, let's say, for example, we've gone to South Africa, they use the rands, right? So we can get a company that is open to. There are companies that already have tech, so we can just integrate our APIs, and we're able to do business.
Yes. So if tomorrow I get a windfall and I have 100 million falls in my lab legally,
Yeah.
So-
Legally. The word is legally.
you have the infrastructure. So like, I like to deploy my 100 million within your infrastructure, and you can promise me 10, 15%, return after X period.
Yeah. Sure. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we will tell you this is the money we will lend this money because it is going to come like debt.
Yeah.
You can bring it as debt. You can we can agree like a save.
Yeah.
Like it's like an agreement for future equity.
Okay.
Yeah, such that now you brought this money. Maybe in future you give me this equity. So use this money, but in future grow the company, grow the valuation. Give me at least. Then you can also be in terms of a convertible note. Yeah. So that one you can discount and discuss that. It can also be like just a loan. Yeah. Per month, I expect this money. By the end of the year, pay me back my money. That's it. You can also buy equity, the company, and say, I want to be MyWagePay. I want to be a shareholder.
Nice.
Yeah, you can also buy equity. So yes.
Are you looking for investors right now, or?
Yes, we are on a seed round we want to raise 1.5 million.
USD.
Yes, USD. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's USD.
Definitely.
I don't expect. Yeah, definitely. So we are looking at 1.5 million seed round, and we have raised so far 463,000 USD.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are looking like something around 1.1 million USD. Yeah, that's what we are.
How do you intend to use that round of raise?
Okay. Some of them will be used, like 500K will be used for lending.
Okay.
So the other one will be used for development of tech and new hires, and also increasing our B2B sales.
Okay.
Yeah.
How big is your sales team?
Around 5 people.
5 people. Okay, cool.
Amazing.
And nice.
Yeah. I've run out of questions.
I think we were talking before we hit the record button, and you said an exit strategy is something you have and something that you're thinking about. Do you mind just talking about that?
Yes, we have an exit strategy. So we want to build this business. As we said, I told you, like, we are looking to do East African market.
Yeah.
Go to
West
West Africa and have other countries maybe scale. And then at that point, we can decide to sell the company to other people to run it. Yeah. So we do.
How much is your company valued at?
Currently at 10 million USD.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
If I get 10 million USD, I'll come to you.
Mm-hmm. You have the 10 million USD.
If
and only if. Yeah. Yes, you are welcome. You can be an investor.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, probably. Amen.
How do you say it? From God's...
From your lips to God's ears.
Yeah.
Yes.
May 10 million USD fall into my
pocket.
Pocket.
Are you still doing the salary advance service?
To the customers we used to serve, we still serve them because the technology is there. But currently, we are doing
not something you're growing.
Yes.
How come you dropped that?
Because we want
to focus.
Finance. Yes, we focus on that.
Okay.
Which industry has the highest defaults?
Our NPL is low, really low. Ours is not like a default. It's what can I say? We call it non-performing.
Okay.
I would say from the previous, before we got the license, we had these corporates that we had not signed. We had signed a contract with them, but we had not signed a contract with the employees direct. So what would happen is that some of them would abscond duty.
Oh, okay.
Then they wake up and decide, I'm not going to work, especially the Gen Zs.
They're listening and watching.
Yeah,
We'll be cancelling. We say no, madam.
And the HR would just call, like, this employee decided to quit.
Could you there?
And they not write a resignation letter. And they had, such. So it was a challenge that time. Actually, we had to come up a way of being able to give them salary advance by after they have worked for like 10 days, because you have already worked for a third of your net salary.
So they'll resign while they have a debt owed to MyWagePay.
The company will deduct from that 10 days work.
Yeah.
So what was happening is that someone would just wake up. So you call them, hey, so that is the reports I get sometimes even from the customer care, that they were called and they said, I don't want to work.
And I'm not paying you.
No, I'm not. I am not going to work. My boss did not raise my salary. So what was he expecting me to do? I quit. I am not going to work. So what do you do? So such cases were there. Others, like maybe somebody has lost, as in they just maybe died, but those are very few cases of death. Very few. Yeah, but the NPL is low, so businesses can still go on. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Amazing. And thank you so much again for inviting us into your space, into your office. For me, it's a breath of fresh air coming to a startup that's so profitable, that's not in, this hype locations that we're like, you do business here? How? Yeah. So,
and we love it here. Our customers love it here.
I can imagine. Yeah, because it's very close to
and we are not changing location.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Even if you grow.
They'll get a bigger
If we
place to
grow, we may still have this one. We'll still have this one, but you see it. We will update it in the website, the CBK website as well, because we have to notify them if we change location. But currently, we will be here. Yeah.
And good job, really rooting for you. Thank you for sharing your story and your startup, and we want to see success.
Yeah.
And looking forward to you exiting and making money and being one of the Kenyan tech billionaires. We'll be like,
I look forward to a day where I'll have impacted like a million, like maybe a million SME.
And after impacting them, it leaves us a lot of cash in your pocket.
Yes. It's so satisfying. If I'm going to make money through impacting lives, I would think I would want to solve people's problem first. I would want to make impact first, then I make money.
So true.
And there's no problem doing both.
Social capitalism is what you call conscious capitalism. It's conscious.
You can impact lives, you make money.
So people's problems make money. That's fine.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah. So my goal is to at least see that those SMEs that are not able, the underserved SMEs in Africa, they are not able to, those who are not able to access capital, they can be able to do that through MyWagePay. To be amazing.
Yes.
And when I grow old, at least I look back and say, God, thank you for placing me in Kenya and in the world to solve these problems now. I'm ready.
Yeah, and you can come back and watch it on Startup Soko. And remember this day.
Yeah.
There can't be any better ending than that.
Ciao, guys. Please make sure to comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for listening. Bye.